Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Explain and welcome to 1440p. Well, in the stream it's still 720p. But the recording, which will be live on YouTube, will become 1440 now. Thank you for joining. Hey Jay! Not a lot of activity going on today though. Not a lot of people in the stream right now, so unfortunately I don't think anyone saw the intro. But we'll play it later when people come. Right, we'll see. We'll find a way to make it work. So I had to reposition the entire screen when I moved to 1440. And I'm hoping that my system can handle it. We'll see. Hey, Trumpster. Welcome back. You did, Jay. Nice. At least someone was watching. It was not in vain. Yeah, because I realized eventually I have to remake all the intros because they were all 1080. And I can stretch them, but they'll be a bit blurred. So ideally, I would have it 1440. I also repositioned not only the things that you see here, the webcam, the chat window, but also my monitors. So I'll explain more on that later. But I think this is an overall a much better setup for me, more spacious. I can move around, and yeah, it's working pretty nicely. I wish I was sponsored by those guys. Those are the big ones. So, what are we doing today? We are checking out the new update for the TBM 900 1.1.10, and you can hear some loud planes in the background. We'll see if we can get around them. So how it's working right now, well, a couple of weeks ago, I think early November, so maybe a month ago, I upgraded to the Ryzen 3700X, and it's amazing for X-Plane. Boosted up my frames a lot, and as a result you can see what's behind me, probably all these beautiful houses here. We are currently in Innsbruck. I'm not sure if you can remember it, how it looked before I did the upgrade when we were flying through here, but it looked very empty. Now all the houses, all the buildings are there, because I didn't know that X-Plane had a huge factor when it came to this one. The number of world objects. It was previously, I think, either the lowest or the second to the lowest setting when I was in my Ryzen 1600. When I upgraded to the 3700X, I was able to put this to maximum and still increase the FPS a bit. So FPS is better and the visuals are much more stunning. And you'll see that more as we fly on later here, as we do a bit of a tour. And then yesterday I got my monitor, and so now I'm playing at 1440p. So we'll see how it goes, okay? But I did the test flight. The intro that you saw a while ago was actually part of that, so it was okay. My system survived. Hopefully it survives as well, this one. We'll see. Hey Jack and Alex, the hunters. Just coming back from Spain, huh? How are you guys doing? Jack Spanner, long time no see indeed. So yes, let's see how it looks like. Let's go and try it out for ourselves. Ooh, there's actually a plane there. Anyone recognize what plane that is? So yeah, I have world traffic enabled. So even the buildings themselves in the airport, I didn't know that when you set that number of world objects lower, that it could significantly reduce the number of buildings that you see. So if you put that to lowest, you'll just get a plain airport with no buildings in it. It can be that plain. Frame rate is not the best as always because it's X-Plane. So we have 43 FPS. And that's as happy as we could be in X-Plane. Sometimes it goes to 50, 70 at most. But yeah. Ooh, who do we have as well? We have, hey, Wise Man, welcome back. How's it going? Fake sheep. How was Spain, by the way? Alex and Jack, seems like you had a lot of fun. So we'll do a test flight. We'll just fly around Innsbruck for now, and we'll see where we can get to later, okay? Let's go and open up the airport here. Navigraph is still working. Spain is great, lots of targets. Not like Planet Zoo, where everything is off limits, huh? It's a nice map. Good to hear it. I like it. Right, how's the weather right now in Innsbruck? Winds are 250 at 2 knots, so it probably makes more sense to be taking off from runway 26. Even though the winds are minimal, we'll do that. So we'll just, you won't even do any flight plan. We'll just do like VFR kind of flight. Exams in the past month. How did it go? Hopefully it went fine. One sec, huh? Let me just turn on the air traffic control thingy. So we could, and yes, that's the technical term. So we can listen to something. Innsbruck Tower 120.1. Let's go and attach the GPU here. Where is it? There you go. Perfectly modeled, perfectly sounding. So we can immediately go and make the GPU as the source. Fly to the North Pole. Might not survive that. The plane might not handle that long of a flight. We'll see. How's my CPU doing? CPU is at total 40% utilization. That's fine. One thing I noticed here, I updated Navigraph, but this obstacle, not sure where that's coming from. That's fine. Turn off the speakers. That looks good. Let's go and enable the parking brake so that we can remove the chocks. How's it looking on your end, guys? Ideally, it should look marginally better, I think. Even if you're still seeing 720, because I'm coming from 1440 now. I don't know if that makes sense. If it's like divisible by 4, will it scale better versus 1080 to 720? That's my theory at least. But you let me know if you notice anything different. If you go to Maintenance Manager, just double check that everything is working. Wow, the Windows is so small now. Everything is green there. Okay. Crash bar is not now. We cannot do that now because I turned on electronics already. So let's just assume that everything is working fine. Yeah, that's the professional way of doing this. Let's go and load up 50 gallons on each wing. That should be enough for a little bit of manual flying. Let's go and remove the covers here. It's looking good. Loving the visuals. Look at that. How beautiful that looks against the mountain. So good. Exams went well, that's good to hear. Manual flying? That seems to me like you're not trusting my skills here. 1 second. That's not a good sign. Okay, now we can tune into the air traffic control. Let's tune into the tower. 120.1. 120. Decimal 1 rather, because we are in Europe. Activate that. Hopefully we get some chatter around. Okay, I see that the tower is being received now. We are in the right frequency at least. Hope so. It does have autopilot, but hopefully we won't need to use it. We'll see.
61 Charlie, wind 250 degrees, 3 knots, runway 29, before takeoff, departure 128.805.
There we go. Seems to be working, that's good. So altimeter is 1025. Let's go and set that up here. And maybe let's set an altitude of around, I'm not sure, 4,500 to start. Let's use that as the target. And then we'll just adjust as necessary. Trumpster is very fond of North Pole, I notice. Let's delete that flight plan. There we go. And just activate LOWI itself. And what I learned that some pilots do is they actually enable the OBS here so that the waypoint will be locked and you can see the indication on the MFD. You can see that's making it a lot easier for landing for VFR. And what we just need to do is adjust the course there so that's in line with the runway heading 258 on the course 1. 258 degrees. And that should be exactly how we will be landing later on, so we don't lose our bearings. And that line there goes across a far distance, so we should not be getting lost on the way. At least that's one less thing to worry about. I think that sim I was talking about on Clumsy's Discord. What sim was that, Alex? I hope so. Okay, that looks good. Everything looks fine from here. 3 red, 3 yellow. Start the auxiliary boost pump. Start the timer. Start the engine. 13% NG. Low idle. And then we monitor for hung start and hot start. I don't think so. I think we're looking good here. Look at that beauty. As the engine spools up. Beautiful. That's awesome. There we go. Let's remove the timer. Main gen, go back to battery, and then we can remove the GPU. Alright, and then we can go to flight idle.
From your Juliet Tower. Hello, line up runway 29 runway. Hello, Burger Taylor,
Is that on? Yeah, I think that's on. Strobes are on already. Let's go and enable the inertial separator, and let me turn on the heaters as well, just so I don't forget later. Bleeds and air conditioning. That's what everyone's waiting for. Looking good. Really? Jesus Christ Simulator. Goodness. That's insane. What did you miss? Oh, I missed lots and lots. Let's go and put on our headset. It's not that noisy. Is everything good on your end, guys? Something just blinked. On my end. I think we're still live, right? Let's hope so. Alright, looking good. All good, alright. That's good to hear. Okay. Everything looks good on our end. Nav lights on. Let's turn on the taxi lights. I'm not even going to ask for clearance. Let's just put the air traffic control there as background. Okay. And looks like there's someone who has the same ID as us. So maybe let's let that guy pass first, huh? Everything is smooth and sound is good. That's great to hear. That's what we want to hear. Finnair. Anyone from Finland online? I took some amazing screenshots yesterday. I flew a flight from Vienna to Innsbruck. So good. Let's see, I'm guessing he will be taking off also from runway 26. We have variable winds now, but it's just like 1 knot, so it's mostly calm winds. It looks like we have a clear sky today here. Doesn't happen very often. Very perfect for VFR. Usually the clouds are very low here in Innsbruck. Innsbruck, so many memories, not all of them good. We'll have to wait for that guy. Doing a back taxi and then he'll do a U-turn there before he takes off. All of them good. Oh my goodness. Not sure I can agree there. Right, in the meantime, let's go and set our trims here. Let me adjust the trims. So with version 1.1.10 of this plane, there have been a couple of adjustments, fine-tuning and whatnot for the latest X-Plane version. We also have reflections on the MFD now, I think, and on the windshield and everything. More reflections, more visuals and everything. Flaps to take off. Looking good. Hey, nobody. Mr. Nobody. How are you? Let's have a look. That's working correctly. It's looking good. Come on, bro. Take off already. The problem with this is we don't have any synchronization with air traffic control, so we'll basically just have to squeeze in to the normal flight plan of the planes. It's your memories. That's true. There we go. He's finally taking off. I'm looking at the right there. It seems like there are no planes on final, so that's good. Man, this increased distance, this increased viewing range for me, moving from what I think 23-inch to a 27-inch monitor and increasing in resolution. Just an amazing feeling. Is that guy okay? How long is the runway? Oh, runway is still there. Okay, he's good. All right, let's do this. Just keep him muted. Yes, I am really enjoying the new monitor and the new triple monitor setup. All my windows are fitting in my utility monitors now, even with X-Plane. Usually with X-Plane I run out of space. So there are so many third-party applications I need to be monitoring. And now I just got a pop-up. GeForce Game Driver is available. Okay. No, I'm not installing that now. So let's do a back taxi. You can see the number of houses. I'm not sure if you can remember it, but we definitely did not see those when we first flew through here. It seemed like just mountain ranges when we viewed this place before. And that was because of the number of world objects that I had. We're almost at the lowest setting. You just got the same pop-up too. Looks like the push notifications are synchronized, at least in our region. Good. It's looking good. Loving the visuals and everything. Let's go and align ourselves center of the runway. That looks good. The runway heading. Perfect. Alright. Everything looks good? Yes. Takeoff checks. Let's assume they're completed. Anyway, we'll know if we missed something. It's not the professional way of doing this, but that's what's amazing about simulation. You can decide for yourself how realistic or creative you can make things. Stay in center line, please. Thank you. looking good.
Enter 72
And 90 knots rotation speed. Rotate. Just like that. Positive rate, top brakes, gear up. And we have beautiful takeoff. Boss, you know what's happening. You know what's happening. Sorry. Sorry to break the momentum. How do we do this again? Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Alright, UPS 4, cross runway 2911, hold short.
There we go.
Of, hotel, 33.
Why am I not able to move my camera anymore? Bird shot indeed. That's as close as we can get there. That can work.
Alright, we'll take Alpha 7.
Hold on, here we go. Your vote with confidence is... oh, that looks lovely. Yeah, I'll take that one as well. Alright. And yeah, that one is like a dramatic shot right there. Okay, good. Are we ready to proceed? Yes. Let's do this. Let's turn on the yaw damper at the very least. We can lessen the thrust. Nose down a bit. Look at that. Yeah, those houses. We definitely did not see those during the first few times we were here. Flaps up. And let's just fly around and enjoy the scenery. And test frame rates and everything. How's the frame rate doing? 30 FPS. Not the best but for X-Plane I think it's more than we can ask for. Let's just go and fly, trace this valley. This is a valley, right? I think we can call it a valley. Good. Textures are not the best when you get that close, but when they're that far, that white peak in the distance there, it's looking pretty good. Did I tell you guys the story about the monitor yet? The nervousness I got with this monitor? I don't think I have yet, so let me tell it now. So I told you guys already that I bought a monitor, 27-inch 1440p 144Hz with FreeSync, compatible with G-Sync, and it's great. In the delivery I set, so I bought it online. GG looks pretty nice. I bought it online and the delivery was a priority delivery, and it's great because it's like 1 day delivery. The next day I got a notification that it's on the way, so it's perfect. I got the notification around 9 AM that it was that the truck left and it was on its way to me. Yeah, so I got super excited and everything. And then 11 AM, so I continued my usual recording, and I started pre-recording videos because I'll be out for the holidays. So I did my recording, I cooked my lunch, and when I looked at my phone, I got a notification around 11:30 saying, look at all those houses, saying that I have received the delivery already. But I haven't, and that's when I started getting nervous. Like, I got a notification saying your delivery has been your package has been delivered, something along those lines. It's like, no, it hasn't. And so I started looking outside my door, in the mailbox, everywhere. Maybe there's a monitor lying around. Nothing. And then, oh crap. And so the panic ensued. So I started calling up support, asking where the heck my package is, and they couldn't answer me. But they did say that they were going to get back to me in 1 to 2 working days, which was not fast enough in my opinion because it was priority. And I was panicking already because it's 11 AM. It says got delivered. So I was thinking all these things could happen. Like, I don't know, maybe it got lost. Maybe someone stole it. And I think it's like one of the expensive purchases I got online. So it's there's even more risk involved.
Yeah, full distance.
So I was starting to get nervous. I started calling up all the different support people because there are multiple companies involved, right? There is the online seller, the Lazada is the online app. And then there's the actual seller, Prism Plus, that's the brand of the monitor. And then there's the courier. Ninja Van is the name of the company. It's like the DHL or the FedEx, whichever is familiar with you. I think we can turn off initial separator. Right. And so I was getting nervous and I called all of them up and they couldn't give me an answer. Like, we're not sure where it is.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 2 o'clock 10 miles at 7,500 feet.
2 o'clock 10, 7,500, that's far enough. So I just panicked. No one knew where the monitor was. In my opinion, it was supposedly as simple as calling up the driver and asking him, where the heck are you and where the heck is this specific package, right? That's in my simple mind, that should be how it was.
Terrain ahead.
That should be how simple it has been.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
I can see it, lady. One sec. I think we'll have to inhibit that later. We'll take a look at it. So around 2 hours pass and still no clue where it is. Hey Synth, welcome back, man. I see that you've changed your capitalization, your lettering of your name. Welcome back. How are you doing? Just telling stories about how I got this monitor or how I didn't get it, depending on how you look at it. So in my simple mind, it should have been as simple as calling up the driver and asking him where he was, right?
Terrain ahead.
I guess because of all the complexities, all the difficulties.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
I know there is a way to inhibit this. I think it's in system. I'll adjust that later.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Had to get rid of the 7.5.
Terrain ahead.
I see.
Terrain
That's the
ahead.
one. That's the change. Maybe we need a sharper bank angle here. We're cutting it close. Thank goodness for calm winds. Yesterday when I flew through here, the winds were not kind at all.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Like a boss, right?
Terrain ahead.
Not really.
Terrain ahead.
How the heck do we inhibit that? System? No, there's a way to inhibit that. I did that before. Let's slow down here. I think we don't need that much speed. She's more
Terrain
nervous
ahead.
than Jack.
Terrain ahead.
I think Jack was the one who programmed this lady. Nice, I like the revised name. Synth. Suits you. Right, let's just fly through the valley. And let's stick to 4,500 feet if we can. So where was I? 2 hours passed and still no update. So I was starting to really get nervous and I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. I was not being productive. And then then the doorbell rang. So I was like, yes, finally it's here. Maybe it was just a miscommunication. Yeah, doorbell rang. So I answered it. And this lady was holding like a small bag of like squishy bag. You know, like, no, that's not a monitor. It's like, because we were starting to buy Christmas presents as well online. So when we go back to Manila, we have some presents for
Terrain
our
ahead.
family.
Terrain ahead.
Pause 1 sec, because I want to get rid of this. press enter for TOSB page. Clear previous page. TOSB page provides a means to inhibit TOS functionality. Exactly, yes. So we can press enter here. Yes, and then we can inhibit. There we go. TOS inhibit. Perfect. That's exactly how I want it. Alright. So you can see the TOS inhibit there on that screen. Alright. So now we won't know if we're crashing or not. But we still see the yellow thing in the PFD. So at least we still have an indication. Hey Scotsman. How are you, man? Hey PR. Hello man. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Alright, so yeah, someone arrived, but apparently it's not the delivery that I was hoping for. So I feel bad for the lady because normally when you get a delivery, you have a smiling face, right? Like, oh, it's here. And when I saw her, I was really disappointed. So I'm guessing my face showed that emotion. And she was probably wondering, why is he not happy to receive the package? So, oh, beautiful, look at that. So, yes, it was a bit unnerving. But yeah, so still nothing, right? And I was like, oh, crap, okay. So I think I'll have to just really wait for 2 days at most to get an update. And in the meantime, the monitor could be, I don't know, elsewhere. Someone else could have received it. Someone else could have been using it. Could have been stolen, could have been left on the side of the road. I don't know. All the possibilities my mind was thinking. But eventually I got a hold of myself and I was I calmed myself down and I was able to work normally. So it slipped my mind. I cleared it from my mind eventually. And yes, after some time, I think around 5 p.m. I got a call. Around 4 p.m. I got a call from an unknown number, and it was the driver. So they finally got in touch with the driver. He called me, and then he said, "Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button." It's like because they have an app which signals the how do you say that the delivery has been that the package has been delivered already, and then someone would sign and confirm it. So I guess he did that for the wrong product. He was delivering something and he activated my product instead. And then he was saying he was sorry and he was going to drop by in an hour's time or something. So eventually I got it. But yeah, those 6 hours in between, that was like, all the possibilities I was thinking of. And we were supposed to go to the gym last Monday. But Mrs. Clumsy knows me already. So by the time I messaged her and told her the monitor is missing, she already knew that my mind would be busy enough that we will not be able to go to the gym. So we ended up skipping it, and I ended up just configuring my desk and the monitor the entire night. Any plans for the stream? We're just flying around right now, but I am planning to do a flight from Innsbruck to maybe, I don't know, somewhere nearby to Vienna, maybe do a proper flight. But I wanted to show these beautiful houses first because we have not seen this before. I was using an older CPU before. I just got a CPU upgrade like a month ago, and I was not able to max out my settings before, so I can only appreciate the beauty now, not only of the mountains but of the cities itself, including the cities as well. They kind of spoke English. Most of the people speak English now here, but the accent can be very thick. And because I don't really interact with the locals that much, either at work or in day-to-day life, except when I need to buy something, I am still having a hard time understanding them. So, yeah, it was still not. But I got enough context clues to understand that the package was with him and that he was going to be late. Yes, yeah. I think the English was fine. I mean, the words, just that he had a very thick accent. So I kind of caught, like, I don't know, 70% of what he was saying. There are some people with really super thick accents where I don't understand the word. But that's getting rarer and rarer these days. I'm starting to get the hang of it, at least. Yes, exactly, Jay. And it's quite interesting to me how that works, because even if it's a Chinese Singaporean who speaks Mandarin, like Mandarin is their first language. Oh, lovely. You compare them with Chinese people, like people from China, literally, who speak Mandarin as well. Their accents would be so different from each other. And you would know, that guy's Singaporean, that guy's Chinese. Even if they both speak Mandarin. It's quite interesting how that works out. Probably because of the culture. Getting used to how the locals speak and stuff. Yeah, when I went to China a year ago, maybe, I was with a Singaporean, and when they were both speaking with each other in Mandarin, of course I couldn't understand a thing, but then when they started speaking to me, then I could distinguish very well their differences in accent. Let's go back to the airport, fly over it, and go the other way. There is a plane right in front of us. Is that 8,000 feet above? I don't think we have the visibility, the render distance to see that plane from afar. Yeah, this is just so immersive now with this humongous monitor in front of me compared to before, at least. So I can only imagine how you feel, Alex, when you play Truck Sim, when you play Hunter. How large is that monitor again? It's an LG, right? A 4K LG screen. Goodness. Hey, Henry. I live in Singapore. How about you? 43-inch. Oh my goodness. I think that would cover all my triple monitor setup. And that would be just one monitor. Oh, that's amazing. Goodness. But yeah, one particular thing I really like is the FreeSync. The FreeSync feature. FreeSync, which is compatible with G-Sync now. In G-Sync, I was not really... Is everyone familiar with G-Sync? Or I guess I can give an overview, because a couple of days ago, I had no idea what it was. And I did not care what it was. So it's basically synchronizing the refresh rate of the monitor with how fast the GPU, the graphics card, is rendering frames. So it's synchronizing the graphics card and the monitor. And it avoids screen tearing. It gives you a better, smoother experience, smoother rate. And it's just amazing how that feels. Even at a lower frame rate, it looks much better. There's a very nice table diagram online which highlights this this feature and the importance of it. But I didn't really know it was that cool before. And now it's like a must-have for me. I was recording Fernbus yesterday. My frame rate was very low, above 30 probably, but below 60 for sure. And maybe sometimes it even dipped below 30 in Fernbus because I was at 1440p. But yeah, I was doing that, and it was smooth on my monitor. Like I knew that it was not like 100 frame rate, but it didn't feel choppy to me. And I guess that was thanks to the FreeSync, the G-Sync. The adaptive sync, I should call it. And but when I looked at the recording was much choppier. So I guess the adaptive sync does not carry over to the recording, unfortunately. So it's not as smooth. I'll have to look at how to maybe there's a way to apply that somehow. I don't know, but maybe you guys know more details about it. Yes, exactly. It's like a whole new world. I was staying away from it before because my monitor didn't have it and I didn't think it was important. I thought it was just a marketing gimmick. Apparently, it's a real useful thing. This is just breathtaking. Has everyone seen the intro already, the new intro? I think a lot of people missed it. We're going to play it later. Please remind me. After we land here, please remind me that we are... that we're going to play it. Yeah, Jay knows nothing. We all know that. Nothing. And that's why you can also see me looking at the left now more often. I probably never looked at the left before, because I have my monitor there now. So the chat window is here on the right, so when I'm looking at you, like now, I'm looking at the chat window. Here on the left is where the explain stuff and the stream stuff is. It's super useful. Utility monitors. I missed the opening. Jack was holding you hostage. Hostage. Oh my goodness. The airport should be right there. There it is. Awesome stuff. Can we fly straight and level without me having to hold the yoke? Not so much. Let's do some proper trimming here so I can let go of the yoke properly. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel and oh sorry, I missed some follows as well. PR, thanks for following too and hosting. Appreciate that. And for the new guy, feel free to say hi so we can call your name and welcome you properly. Or lurk away. More than welcome. Look at that view. Goodness. Have to take a screenshot of that. Now that is a view, huh? I guess that looks like a train station. Nice. Didn't actually notice that before. Alert window when smaller, not centered anymore. Oh yeah, good catch. I haven't. Yeah, that's one of the things that I haven't positioned yet. Handle here, what does that mean? I'm not really sure, but it's on both sides. I'm not sure if that's when you're maintaining the door or when you're moving the door. No problem, not because you have a handle here. So maybe that's for maintenance guys, for engineers. Are TBMs common where you worked, Jay? I'm guessing not. So I guess these are more common for smaller airports. Not so much where airliners are. No clue. It's a very fancy river. I would love to drive there. You even see some signs there, road signs. Super cool stuff. Absolutely love it. Yeah, commercial airport, not GA. That's what I thought. Yeah, and I was reading some forums before, like GA guys, they try to stay away from these big airports. One, because they're so busy, and two, for practical reasons, it's much more expensive to land there. I'm not familiar with what costs are involved when you land at a plane, but I'm guessing you have to like tap the ground crew and refueling and all that stuff. So the bigger the airport, the more costly it is. So GA guys usually just settle landing at the smaller airport, less busy, cheaper, and it's quite nearby where they need to go anyway.
1414, taxi behind, follow me car, stand 48, dobrego dnia.
national security stuff. I see, I see. Manufacturing plant as well. Cool, man. Must have had some great experiences there. No wonder you're a beta tester.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 12 o'clock 10 miles at 9,300 feet.
12 o'clock 10 miles, 900,000 feet. We're looking. TBM 1 Kilo Tango. I don't see the guy. I see him on the MFD though. It's probably on final. Yeah, 4,000 feet above. Should be somewhere here. Let's try and... there it is. You guys see him? Those are the landing lights. Oh, there. You can see that white speck in there. Let's go closer to the guy. Just so we can see him. Maybe not too close, but close enough. There he is. Still a bit far. Not sure which way he said it though. But look at that view. Look at that view. My goodness.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 12 o'clock 7 miles at 8,600 feet.
Traffic in sight. TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Thank you.
Man. Oh man. I have to take a screenshot of this too. I wonder if real GA planes can fly this low in Innsbruck. Probably some restrictions here. We have someone right above us. I think that's the guy. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so you're very fit with beta testing and stuff because you're used to keeping secrets like a spy. Oh, this is a lovely plane. I should have gone through the changelog actually.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 2 miles at 7,400 feet.
Oh, that's fine. 3,000 feet above. Look at that, guys. Look at that view. Isn't that breathtaking? What's even more breathtaking is I have not enabled autopilot yet and we are still in the air. 1,000 feet is good too. Oh, that's good. Maybe they just need to clear it with air traffic control. I'm not sure if VFR is allowed here. Probably. What is that? Is it wrong rendering or something? I have HDR enabled with the monitor. It's only HDR 10 though. I think it's like minimal HDR. Just to say that there is HDR, but I don't think it's that apparent. Does HDR work even if the game or the sim is not HDR compatible? I think it's a different thing, right? It works. Ah, okay. That's good. What I did not enable though, I saw in Windows display settings, there is an option for HDR video. I don't know, when I turn it on, the display looks worse. So I just didn't. I kept it off. It's not that. Okay, that's good because I kept it off. Alright, that's good. So I accidentally did the right thing. Oh my goodness, that view. This is why it's so fun to fly. Should have it in the in the monitor is where I enabled it. So I enabled FreeSync in the monitor and I also enabled HDR. There was also an option to enable the MS. Oh, it's like the G2G, the response time, right? G2G, gray to gray. For this monitor is normally 5 milliseconds, so it's not that good, but it's not bad either. But there is an option to enable the minimum something time to make it 1 millisecond. But if I enable that, I lose FreeSync. So no way. I will not be letting go of FreeSync anymore. Thanks for reminding. The giveaway is still ongoing. The Black Sea DLC giveaway is still ongoing, so you guys can still join. I'm not sure if I have the link ready here though. The easiest way to do that is go to youtube.com/theclumsygeek gaming, the Clumsy Geek Gaming. Go to community tab, and the post there should lead you to the giveaway link. Or there, that's even better. Thanks, Jay. I will draw the winner on Friday, so by the time we have the stream on Friday, it should be... we should have a winner already. I also put in a post there for... what do you call it? I also put in a post for... let's go and turn around. Let's go and land. I made a Twitter. I tweeted about it. And if you retweet that, then you can get 2 extra points in the giveaway. That's to help spread the word. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure if I have enough space. Let's go with a really steep bank angle here. That can work. That can work just fine. And the lady is no longer nagging at me. Good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. I can more or less maintain an altitude. Not 100%, but I can take it. Why is my yaw damper off? Maybe it turns off when you turn a steep bank angle? I'm not sure. So I can do a visual approach here, but at the same time, I think what I'd want to do is heading, turn on autopilot just to stay on this heading while I program the flight plan. Let's go and schedule, select an approach. That's not what I wanted. I should add LOWI here as well, because right now it's not knowing where I want to go, so I have to set up LOWI. There you go, and now it knows where I am landing. So when I select an approach, there's the LOWI. And then we pick our nav 26. Activate. Alright, we're still safe here. Good. Okay, looks good. Let me see. Whiskey India 611 is where we can go. Whiskey India 611, we can go direct there. I think I read that wrong. Here, direct there. Good. You know what? Actually, I think that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's the wrong one. I don't think that works because I didn't capture the glide path here. And also, I am climbing. What is Twitter? Yeah, there's a bit more context in there, comical, if you're still there. I just finished telling the story though. But short story is 1440 is what I'm recording at. But the stream is limited to 720. One sec. Yeah. You know what, let's repeat that thingamajig. There you go. And let's turn off autopilot, because I want to do this myself. At least we have the glide path indicator now. There. Just as a guide. Let's turn off the flight director.
Tower, guten Morgen, 255 Kilo Heavy, ILS 34.
255 Kilo Heavy, Tower, guten Morgen.
Looks good.
Release 200, guten Morgen, line up on runway 32, report ready.
Alright, let's continue with that.
We are ready for departure. Let's start it.
Good job.
If I hit approach... Yeah, the problem is I can't go direct. If I hit direct, I lose the glide path. So I really have to start from there. And it's quite confusing. Let's nose down here a bit. There you go.
3139, taxi Echo, cross runway 28, contact Bacon 12 decimal 75. Enjoy the tax.
There's LOWI. Okay, good. Whiskey India 103. But I'm not sure if that is the missed approach waypoint that I'm seeing. That thing there. Oh, that's fine. Let's just do a wing it landing. Yeah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
55 Kilo, wind 170 degrees, 2 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 34 to 55 Kilo.
Okay, looking good here. I guess there is someone in front of us.
2906, contact Bacon
Okay, see him? Should be a bit lower than us, around 1,500 feet lower. The glide path isn't working, I think. I don't think it is. Well, we'll see in a bit. Landing elevation is 1,900 feet, so it seems maybe it is working. Yeah, let's just keep at this altitude.
155 heavy flight. Establish style
3155 heavy, Tower, guten Morgen.
That looks good. If I enable the flight director...
Release 200, wind calm, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
It's not going to work out. Start setting up here. Go for flaps and landing gear. Yeah, I think we're too high actually because the airport is there already. So it looks like this glide path isn't working properly. Maybe because we didn't follow the entire waypoints. So just ignore that then.
55 Kilo, contact Bacon 121 decimal 855. Schönen Tag.
120 knots. Go for landing flaps. It's more like it. Yeah, we can make it. Should be no problem.
Clear for clear to land, 3155.
Let's go and set the heading to 258. It's hard. Thank you for following. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to say hi so we can give you a proper welcome. That looks good. But we are still super duper high. Looks like the plane that's in front of us is almost landing. Should be on short final. You see him? There he is. There he is. Yeah. If you guys saw that quickly. Now I have to really step up here. We have landing gear, 3 lights, 3 green, we're good. Flaps at landing. Landing lights are on. Inertial separator is not though. That will take 40 seconds, but I think we should have enough time. And that looks good.
6155, contact 812
Approach speed, if I remember correctly, should be around 85 knots. Now why are we still seeing 4 white? Okay, just a bit more I guess. Just a bit more. Man, look at those buildings, huh? Absolutely lovely. We can argue that I purposely did this so we'll see better view of the buildings.
Stargate with 87 heavy island people.
87 heavy, ciao, guten Morgen.
Looking good. We are, if you see in the PFD, we are on our way to intercept the proper glide path soon. So we should start going up like so. We still have 4 white here. That's weird. Are we really? There it is. There it is. Okay. Good. Stay in the middle. Winds are mostly calm, so we should be good. Stay in the middle, please. Thank you. Oh crap. Your damper is off now. Thank you for the warning. I always forget that when landing lights, when autopilot is off already. Here we go.
Airspeed.
Keep it. Oh, that's floating. Not in the center, but soft enough, I guess. We did get a bit of lag in there though. That always happens because the center of the runway is exactly where the tiles meet. So when you go to the, what do they call it? When you reach that point, the tiles load for the next sector. And that's why whenever you land at this runway 26, you always get that lag in the middle as you're doing in the critical point of your landing. Okay. Let's exit through here. Flaps up. That was almost smooth. Except for the frame rates, I guess. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sometimes we get lucky. We had pretty nice winds, so we were fortunate. GG. Alright. So we did a VFR kind of deal. Let's do a proper flight this time. I think... What was the nearby airport here? LOWI to... I can't remember the airport. The new monitor helped. In all honesty, I think so. Because it was not only the monitor. I also had to change my desk. So now I'm really at the center of my table. The wheel I had to remove. Before I just put the wheel on the right side. So it was blocking the real estate space that I had. The limited space that I had. But yeah, now I have freedom for the entire table, and I'm right bang in the middle of my screen, so it helps a lot with the visuals and the immersion. And even though it would require me more prep time when I'm like setting up the wheel, setting up the yoke, I would always be in the center like this, so it wouldn't be as invasive anymore. Hey V3D! You're just in time. I'm going to play the new intro. It's nothing fancy, but it is at least in 1440. Well, the recording will be. I should clarify that, so as to not give wrong expectations to viewers. My bad. Let's go and park here nearby. The thing is, I still don't have a rudder pedals. Still don't have rudder pedals, so I still rely on a button to brake. That's why it's fidgety. That's still on the shopping list, but I think not anytime soon. There, thanks a lot, Jay. That should help lessen confusion a bit. Thank you, appreciate that. There we go. Let's go to flight idle. Let me... I'm starting to forget. Let's keep that on. So I can turn off the air conditioning. Bleed air. I can go to low idle. Start closing down stuff. And then cut off the fuel. That should be good. I hope I didn't forget anything. Let's put in the chocks, remove the parking brake, and now we can open and put the stuff in. Not you, but you. So we consumed like 20 gallons each side, 40 gallons all in all with that little bit of flying. Somebody take off Jack's blindfold. We were able to land, surprisingly. That's not something that happens very often. So we should be happy with that. And with that, I can... Oh, look at that plane. Right, let's go ahead and show the intro. Replay the intro. One sec. Let me remove the desktop audio. I'll play it now. Nothing fancy, but I like it. Hey G, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome back. How are you? Hey, you're just in time for that new intro hype. I was so in love with the views, I couldn't help but record some footage. Jack isn't here, so he won't say anything yet. Maybe he took a break. Got himself a sandwich or something. Alright, so I think I remember there was a flight I did before. Oh, that's... sorry to hear that, Chi. You feel better soon. But thank you for joining nonetheless. Appreciate it. LOWI to Salzburg, I think, is what I wanted. Yes, exactly. Alright, let's do that flight. Hope we can help you a bit, at least in terms of relaxation. One sec, huh? Let me just open SimBrief here. Will you look at that? I still don't have enough windows. Let's do it like this. There you go. So I'll do a new flight from Innsbruck to Salzburg. So that's LOWI to Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra. That should be around, what time is it? Current time is 1 a.m. Zulu. So 1:45 Zulu departure, yes. Set up the TBM 900. Should be auto, that's fine. Runway 08 now. Yeah, I guess that can work. Either way. Right, so let me generate that flight plan. Not a good time to joke around. Sorry to hear that, G. Yeah, let's get some relaxation going. That's going to be very welcome for everyone, I'm sure. This is interesting. Let me have a look. It would be 1 hour. Yeah, that should be enough time, and then we can do some replays afterwards. It should be fine. Let me have a look at the payload here. Now it's saying 6 people. So if we look at the payload, wait a minute, 6 people? Okay, but zero fuel weight should be 2.7 kilos. 2.7 tons rather. Right now we're at 2.1. Alright, let's randomize that we're full. 2.5, still not enough. Let's add some cargo. Oh, that's really heavy. 2.7. Let me see. Let me get the exact weights. 2.7, 2726. Super heavy now. Lots of cargo. 2726. There we go. That's exact. Let's go and get some fuel in. Fuel should be 400 kilos, but we are only allowed to... Yeah, this should be changed, right? If you change it to kilos, well, this is quite different, yeah. So US gallons will have to convert that 400 kilos to US gallons is 131, 132. So it should be around 65. Something like that, maybe. Right. So that should give us a takeoff weight of 3127 kilos. Takeoff weight is, yeah, exactly, we are within range. Takeoff weight is around 3090 to 3300. So we can actually up it a bit. There, 3158. Alright, that looks good. Let's get rid of those again. Okay, remove that. That looks good. Is it wrong if you carve a lot of water to drink? You have to be very thirsty for water. What do you mean? Is that the joke? And of course I missed it. We need some faster guys around. You haven't touched flight sim in ages. Holding out for the new version. You mean FS 2020? Oh yes, everybody is really looking forward to that one. Alright. Let's go back to the cockpit here. Let us close that guy. There we go. Close this one too. And that one as well. There it is. Okay, everything closed up. Good. Do we need GPU? I hope not. Let's go. Where are your passengers? That's a good question. They're all invisible. I have to leave it to imagination. Parking rate set so we can remove the chocks. And now we set up a proper flight here. So let me put this, plug this into pilot to ATC. Remove the speaker, please. Thank you. Let's go external first so you guys can see what's outside. Right, flight plan, import. Looks simple enough. This is only at, I think, 11,000 feet. What happened there? The game hang? No, the sound just disappeared. That's good. That's okay. I'm not sure if we can even call it flight level 110. But yeah, we are going to be cruising at 11,000 feet only. 270 knots. Yes. Let's validate that. And file it. Let's see what pilot ATC will give us. Runway 15. Unke 1 Romeo, exactly. Yes, exactly that one. Alright, so they are aligned there at least. Let us give him visibility on the traffic. Hold 1 sec, guys, I'll be with you. Flight plan, alright. So let's plug the same stuff in the flight plan. Let's go and get everything reset here. Did some engine sound recording on the weekend. Oh, nice. How do you do that? Do you literally go out and like get microphones, recording equipment, rent a bus, and all that stuff? Unken to Juliet is the departure that we want. So let's go and select that. Unken to Juliet, yes, the one. Unken would be the transition. And then from there, directly, we set the arrival airport here, Los. Salzburg, exactly. And then from here we can pick the arrival, which is Unke 1 Romeo. That's the one. Coming from Unken. Great. And then we also select approach because we have an idea what it will be. ILS 15 is what it is. And the transition will be Salzburg, I believe. Yes. Minimums, I'm not sure though, we'll have to look.
Yes. Will runway 1028 be available to vacate to the right?
Sound is a bit loud, Alienception. For which one? For my voice? For everything? Arrival. Let's go for the approach. ILS 15. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So here, decision altitude is right below. Now this one is this one I haven't really studied yet. Which one we are classified under? I'm sure we should be looking here at ILS, but I'm not sure if it's A, B, C, or D. But to be on the safe side, I'll pick the highest minimums, 1880, so 1900 feet. The radio. Okay. Let's lower the volume. One sec. One sec, huh? How do I do that again? There we go. Let's lower down the volume. Okay, I lowered it down a tad there. Let me know if that's better in a bit. How about that volume? Non-existent. 120.1. Oh, I have the wrong frequency. No wonder. There you go. Let me know if that sounds better in terms of volume. Now I remember, what did we have here? 1900, I think. There we go. Okay. Looks good. Alright, that looks good. How about that? Still a bit loud? Hey Ron, welcome back, man. How have you been? What have you been up to? So let's have a look here. We have above. So let's see. So we should be, I think this is the SID that you're required to be above 9,500. So you're holding until you reach 9,500, and then you can proceed to Unken. Because we will be crossing some mountains, so there are some altitude restrictions if we don't want to be smashing against the mountain. Okay, so arrival is at above 7,000. That's fine. And then we need to be at Salzburg VOR, is it? At 4,000 feet. So let's enter that, make the G1000 familiar with that vertical restriction so we can enable VNAV later when we are on our descent. It looks good. Alright. Let's keep it that way. Okay, it's fine now. It's great. Right. So we should be able to start up now. Now, it did say we still have a door warning. Which one? Oh, this one. Forgot to lock it. My bad. Okay, we're good. 3 red, 3 yellow. Including the parking brake. Yes. Yes, okay, good. So let's apply the same things here. Now, we might need to do something different because if you look at the ITT, it's very hot. 254 degrees Celsius. It'll probably advise us to do a procedure to cool that down. And that is by enabling the what do you call this? The propeller, allowing it to rotate and cool down the engine, but not introducing fuel just yet, I think. So let's see what it will advise. Auxiliary boost pump. Looks good. Why is that still super loud? Oh, because I'm still wearing the headset, that's why. Okay. Alright. Start it up. Yeah, look at that. Engine still very hot. You should try motor the starter to bring ITT to below 150 before introducing fuel. So what I will do is I will just leave it like this. You can see the temperature is going down very fast. Right? But I'm not introducing fuel, so the spinning, the NG is not climbing. So I'm basically just fanning out the engine. If that makes sense. Okay, that's cold enough. That should be good enough. Now what I'm not sure of is what I do after this, because I think I'll have to make it like rest it for a while. So if I press abort here and turn off the auxiliary boost pump, I guess, and then we wait like 60 seconds. There is a procedure in the manual of how long you should wait until the second trial, the second time you try and start the engine, and then the third time, and then after that I don't think you can start it anymore. So let's wait 1 minute. I set a timer here just to simulate it as close as possible, and then we start it up again properly, and this time we shouldn't get the warning. ideally speaking. Right. Just adjust the mic a bit. 20 seconds to go. How are we doing here? Voltage on the battery. We're in the yellow zone. I think that should be okay. Everything else is green. Well, the oil pressure is not, but that should change. 1 minute is up. Reset the timer. Start the boost pumps again. Start the timer. And start the starter. Make sense? There we go. At 13% NG, we introduce fuel. And we monitor the NG and the ITT. Both are climbing very well. We make sure ITT does not go over the red line. Make sure NG is at 30% by 30 seconds. It is. Next step is it's at, I don't know, 50 plus by 60 seconds. But I think we should be good here. There we go. We're good. So no need for timer anymore. Alright. Perfect. Looking good here. Let's turn on the inertial separator, the bleed as well. So we can turn on the air conditioning and then the heaters. Oh, in the main gen. There you go. There you go. So no more warnings except for the parking brake. That's what we want. From your Clumsy mug as well. Oh, that's great to hear, man. Coffee tastes better when you drink it from the Clumsy mug. I can't explain it, but it's just magic, you know. It's just magic. Okay, let's go and get our clearance here from air traffic control. But first we wear the headset. And I guess oftentimes I will leverage the use of our autopilot because I think the lady or the gentleman over at the pilot to ATC has a hard time understanding my accent.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to copy IFR clearance.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra. Fly the RTT-1R departure, with the RTT transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 26. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 6625.
6625.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra. Fly the RTT-1R departure with the RTT transition, then as filed. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 6625.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango readback correct. QNH is 1023. Let us know when you are ready to taxi.
That's a different departure.
QNH is 1023. TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
1023. That's a different departure that they gave us, so let's change it. Select the departure. They actually gave us Ratatouille. You guys still remember this? Ratatouille 1 Romeo. Okay, let's switch to that one then. But I'm not sure how that would then translate. That's fine, okay. So we go from LOWI, loop around, runway 26. Okay. And then Whiskey Sierra 506. That's a bit different. But I guess it's okay. What we can do is we can add an Unken waypoint in here. So because that's the starting point of the arrival for Unken, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Unken, then Unken 1 Romeo. So maybe you can just do that manually. From Ratatouille, we could go to Unken. It's not in here though. One sec. So that's the departure. This is the arrival. Let me set up Unken here, so I can put it above. Yeah, it's not how I wanted it though. Let me delete that. Let me do that again. So if I can clear this. Yes. There we go. Okay. So we do the Ratatouille departure, go to Unken and then Los. And then here I can select the arrival. The arrival would be Unken 1 Romeo. Transition would be Unken, exactly. And then if you look back on the flight plan. Okay, exactly, that's the one. So Unken and then Unken 1 Romeo. And then at Salzburg, 4,000 feet restriction. We don't have much of any other restrictions in there. So that looks good. Okay. I can take that. I can do that. Let's hope this works. Okay. What's the first part of the flight plan? Runway 26. Okay. Yes. Looks good. Alright. Let's go and enable the flight director. Flight level change 124, I think. We'll worry about that later. Okay. Taxi, please. Tower TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango advise when ready for departure.
Wilco TBM 1 Kilo Tango. Didn't I just say that? TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi. This is why I asked them to talk for
TBM
me.
1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
I guess they're not sure where we are. Sometimes it's just a bit late. Let's give it some time. But sometimes it really screws up. Let's do that again.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
Yes, maybe no. No, okay. Let's try to disconnect and connect again. Let's see if that refreshes things. Does that mean we'll need to... Let's see if we can just request taxi. I think we'll need to request for clearance again and everything. But let's see if we can do it straight.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango advise when ready for departure.
Let me file the flight plan.
Wilco TBM 1 Kilo Tango. TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango advise when ready for departure.
Wilco TBM 1 Kilo Tango. TBM 1 Kilo Tango request taxi to runway 26.
Hello? No. Not going to happen. Let's try something.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to copy IFR clearance.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra, fly the RTT-1R departure, with the RTT transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 26. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4106.
Oh, that's different.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango is cleared to Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra, fly the RTT-1R departure with the RTT transition, then as filed climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 4106.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango read back correct. QNH is 1023, let us know when you are ready to taxi.
See?
QNH is 1023 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Come on, you're wasting my fuel.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready to taxi.
I think they really don't know where we are. Is Twitch having issues? I'm not sure. It's loading on my end. What's wrong on your side? Two viewers. Maybe that's true. Everybody left already. Eh. Stay away from the car. See zero as well. Goodness. Well, seems like an issue, alright. Runway 26 it says. So actually we should be going straight through here. Alright, let me set up my trims. Takeoff trim for the elevator and for the rudder as well. There you go. It's more like it. Also set the flaps for takeoff. Slow it down there. Now let's give her one last chance. Maybe she can't lead us to taxi, but maybe she can still allow us to clear us for departure. Let's see. It's actually 23, even though it displays 0. Oh, how do you see that 23? Right. That looks good. Okay. Ouch. Sorry. TBM 1 Kilo Tango ready for departure.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango backtrack runway 26, winds are light and variable, cleared for takeoff. Runway 26.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26, TBM 1 Kilo Tango. Nice. Okay, it works. Let's do this. So ideally we go flight level change, I think 124 knots. That's the wrong dial. 124 knots is the ideal speed for climbing. There's a technical term for that which I forgot. Don't blame me. Runway is clear on the left. Seems to be clear on the right. You will see soon enough. So we backtrack. Users in chat thingy. Ooh, fancy. Thanks. Alright, let's close that. Should have enabled the lights actually. Landing lights are on now. Flaps are set. Trims are set. Should be good to go. By the way, I almost purchased a 747 today. There was a 747 update done by one of the plane developers, but it turned out, well, not yet sure, but it's not as polished as I would have hoped for. I thought you meant IRL. Yeah, just buy a 747. Park it in my tiny one-bedroom unit. Why not? Good. We are clear for takeoff, so let's do just that. Get the RPMs to 2000. And off we go. Keep center line. Man, such amazing weather for Innsbruck. This never happens. We have been fortunate enough to get fancy weather. And off we go. This seems to have happened already, hasn't it? 90 knots, rotate. Tap the brakes. Positive rate, gear up. Yaw damper on. Autopilot on. Or maybe not, because what is it doing? Maybe let's do that later. That was too scary. Yaw damper on only. Let's do the flaps up first. That's the key. There you go. Because it was pitching me down, so I would achieve that 124 knot speed. Flight level change 124 knots. Perfect. Let's hand fly this for a bit. Let's just follow the flight director. And I should be able to throttle up.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 9 o'clock 4 miles at 8,000 feet.
We're looking TBM 1 Kilo Tango. Whoa! Super strong winds. Where'd that come from? Goodness, that was scary. Okay, I think we have to enable autopilot here. Not sure if I can manage that on my own. Look at how wild that is. Going to buy it to commute to work, yeah. Oh man, look at that. Look at that view.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, climb and maintain flight level 110, contact Vienna Center on 124.4. Enjoy your morning.
Climb and maintain flight level 110, center on 124.4, TBM 1 Kilo Tango. Did she even recognize it?
Climb and maintain flight
Probably
level
not.
110, center on 124.4 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
110, 124.4 is where we need to move next in frequency. There you go. Center, good morning. TBM 1 Kilo Tango, climbing flight level 110.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning. Radar contact. Looking good, looking good. Let's increase the range. Alright, looks good. If you go straight ahead into another flight, just for science. Well, thankfully, in our case, it would actually do nothing. You just pass each other. There's no, how do you say, crashing scenario here. The only time you would crash into something is if it's on the ground.
But even the vehicles just pass through each other. So I think, let's see. Yeah, flight level 110, that means we have been cleared to go to standard altimeter settings. QNH 1013. And we should be able to get rid of the inertial separator now.
31 heavy, sending out a 31.5 for level 260 on a heading 105.
Good morning.
Let me throttle up a bit, increase the torque, so that we can speed up our climb here. Expedite climb to a point. Man, it's windy. Actually, that's interesting because if you look at the winds, it's only 2 knots. But these, very turbulent. I guess you can't see it perfectly only on the speed. Should be something. Oh man, look at that, guys. That is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, too much power. There you go. Clear air turbulence. Is that a thing? Can actually turn off our landing lights now. It is. Oh, I see. This explains it. Now they just cleared at to flight level 110. Oh yeah, this is our cruising altitude already. It's as quick as that. Man, that's nice, isn't it? That is super nice. Although it's bumpy, but still the view. That view is amazing. Shoo. Also from this view, right? Ah, that is just breathtaking. If you fly over mountains, very risky because of air turbulence. Ah, I see. Man, that is beautiful from there.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, contact Milan Center on 124.902. Good day.
Center on 124.902. Good day. TBM 1 Kilo Tango. 124.902, if I remember that correctly. 902. Center, good morning. TBM 1 Kilo Tango at flight level 110.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning. Radar contact.
The winds are getting stronger. We have a crosswind, 10 knots. Right there. Slight headwind coming from here. But thank goodness for autopilot, so I don't have to stress about this so much. I can just continue on the sightseeing tour. Because, I mean, look at that. Right? And this is why I really like X camera. It's perfect for track IR integration because you can set up external views like this and still use your head to look around. This is something that even ETS2 can do, right? What happened there? Let me have a look back in the cockpit. Something seems to have changed. Okay, just a different waypoint. Good.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 1 o'clock 4 miles at 7,500 feet.
We are looking, TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Aircraft calling center, say again with your call sign.
Never mind. There is some guy below us at around 4,000 feet. Well, below 4,000 feet below. That's the guy. You see him? Small speck. There he is. Too bad world traffic planes don't have contrails. regardless of how high they are. Oh my goodness, look at that view, guys. Look at that view. I think we have a thumbnail. I think we have a winner here. That is just insane. Insanely beautiful. Screenshot hype. Yeah, probably not at that height, but regardless of the height of the plane, in world traffic they don't create contrails, and I guess that's good. Otherwise it would be too performance intensive. Sorry, I'm just getting water here. Hey, this we are flying from Innsbruck to Salzburg. Should be a short flight, 1 hour in total. I'm guessing around 40 minutes left.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, expect the UNKE-1 Romeo arrival with the Uncan transition for the ILS approach to runway 15 with the SVG transition at Salzburg after RTT cleared direct Uncan. Expect the UNKE-1 Romeo arrival with the Uncan transition for the ILS approach to runway 15 with the SVG transition after RTT cleared direct Uncan. TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Hey Rohan, yeah, the autopilot is really working hard to keep us stable. Very turbulent winds today. I think that's because of Rohan. Yeah, that's the Windows text-to-speech, so it's a bit robotic, but at least we have some kind of air traffic control. And we have this realistic ATC in the background at least, to make up for the robotic sounds from time to time. How are you doing, Rohan? Have you decided on an upgrade yet? Let's go and explore this flight from a passenger view. Now this is something that I would enjoy. Let's go and get that table out, get some coffee, grab a bite. Even though it is super bumpy. Oh, the clouds are coming. Yeah, clouds are coming. Still beautiful though. I love how the clouds just meld perfectly with the mountains. Amazing view. Threadripper 3800WX in 2080 Ti in SLI. Wowzers. I'm not familiar with that model actually. 3800WX. I'm familiar with 3950X. Is it? No. 3950 is consumer, right? It was 36 and 30 something. Oh, I forget. Ryzen 9. Ryzen 9 3950. The most powerful consumer CPU, I think, from AMD. Because the Threadripper isn't exactly consumer, is it? Yeah, 3950X. But the Threadripper, I can't remember the model number. There are two, right? One with 24 cores, one with 32, or something along those lines. Goodness, 64 threads. And now I think there's a huge improvement with the 3rd gen Threadripper coming from 2nd gen. Because something to do about core utilization.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, contact Munich Center on 120.65. Enjoy your morning.
Center on 120.65. Good morning. TBM 1 Kilo Tango. 3970X. That's the one. So is it 3960 and 3970? There you go. One sec. I'll get back to you guys. Just tuning in this one. 120.65. So is it true, Jay, that the problems you were having with the 2nd gen, they've been fixed on the 3rd gen? Or at least that's what they're saying. Something about the core utilization in Windows. It's considered as 1 now. You don't have to like split it or something. Didn't get the details. Center, good morning. TBM 1 Kilo Tango at flight level 110.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning. Radar contact.
Also the
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you have traffic at 11 o'clock 4 miles at 7,700 feet.
we are looking. TBM 1 Kilo Tango. Should be right there. Don't see it because it's below. Now, when we are 1 minute from our top of descent, which is that point, that dot there. Okay, can you guys see it on my screen?
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, contact Salzburg radar control on 123.72. Have a nice day.
Radar control on 123.72, TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
Radar, good morning, Malta 395, climbing level 130, Delta 395, without flight level.
One sec, guys. TBM 1 Kilo Tango at flight level 110.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning. Radar contact.
3950X. Oh, that's amazing, Chi. Congrats. Let us know how it goes. Yeah, exactly, the Windows problem. But they say with 3rd gen, that has been fixed because now the processor is considered as like one entire entity. I was watching a lot of videos about Threadripper when it came out, and that was something that I were really excited about. I don't quite get it though, because that's only someone super rich in course would understand. Looking good. Let me see. Flight plan wise, Unken above 7,000. There we go. Vertical track within 1 minute. But we have not yet been given the signal yet, but let me just plug that in here anyway. 4,000 feet. And we should enable VNAV when we get the clearance from air traffic control. But I think we will miss our turn here. We can request it though. Yeah, I'll request it. TBM 1 Kilo Tango requesting en route descent.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango at pilot discretion, descend
Nice.
and maintain 4,000 feet.
Save enable VNAV. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. TBM 1 Kilo Tango. So when that bar hits the middle, vertical deviation indicator, which VPath should enable. There we go, exactly. And we should actually lower down our throttle so that we don't overspeed. So expensive. You poor? I don't think those two words mix. X570, nice. 64 gig DDR4 3600 and custom water cooling. That is amazing. Enjoy, man. We'll wait for the updates. Oh, that is so good. Yeah, I downloaded orthophotos for this entire region here because I'm flying here so often. Because these are actually the same routes with FS Airlines. The virtual airlines that... who was heading that? Was that IG? Can't remember. Yeah, I think so. Living the dream, indeed. Oh, it's great, Rohan. I've been telling a couple of stories in the beginning of the stream. But yeah, it just blows my mind how much I was missing out on stuff. Limiting myself to a basic 1080p 60Hz monitor without any kind of G-Sync capabilities. Now it's way different and it's bigger. Size matters, who knew? Now I know, yes. Now I know. We're only intending to use 32 gig. Oh, nice. So you got the exact same model, somewhat?
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, descend via the UNKE1R arrival with the UNKEN transition to 4,000 feet. QNH is 1022 at Salzburg.
That's exactly what we're doing already.
Descend via the
But, okay,
UNKE1R
1022.
arrival with the Uncan transition to 4,000 feet. QNH is 1022 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
1440p monitors too. That's a good choice. Yeah. It's great, Chi. Great to hear. Enjoy. Even the trees are fully rendered now. Before, those were hidden. The trees are not so, like, they don't merge perfectly with the scenery though. So like sometimes you see there are trees in the middle of farm fields, but sometimes it works like that way. Yeah. Sometimes it does work. So all in all, I like it. And yeah, the number of houses that we see now, I can't believe I was missing out on so much when we had lower graphics settings. Who knew? Okay, good there. Now if I try and look at the flight plan here, yeah, that should be okay. Actually very close already, huh? Are we not getting cleared for the approach yet? It should be soon. It should be soon. Start slowing down here a little. Go closer as well. That looks good. So yeah, a right turn and then that's ILS 15 already. It looks weird though. Oh yeah, before we arrive at Salzburg, we should activate the ILS approach already. And let me have a look. ILS is... I have to look at the airport as well. I think we turn right at the airport for parking. Over here... frequency is 109.9, 154 degrees on the course. Now that should be automatically set up already, at least later. But let me plug that in anyway to be sure. 109.9. In course would be 14 something. 154, okay. 3950X is 749 pounds in the UK. Wow, that's able to see these details. Yes, exactly, Rohan. So before my CPU was not capable of running with that level of detail, so I had to tone it down. But now I can max out the detail and still I get a bit of a performance boost. Although, that being said, we are only at 27 FPS, so not very good FPS. It's climbing though. It's climbing. But yeah, with X-Plane, that's the best we can hope for. Something in the 30 to 40 range is the ideal. Slow down here, please.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango QNH is 1022 at Salzburg, cleared for the ILS approach to runway 15 at Salzburg with the SBG transition contact radar control on 123.72.
Let's activate the approach.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango QNH is 1022 at Salzburg, contact tower on 118.1. Enjoy.
QNH is 1022 tower on 118.1 TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
When we make that turn, it should automatically switch from GPS to ILS to the localizer. 118.1, right? Yes. Tower TBM 1 Kilo Tango inbound for ILS 15.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, good morning. Radar contact. Continue ILS to runway 15, call when established on final.
Continue ILS to runway 15, will call when established on final. TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango, you were garbled. Please say again.
Dual core to Threadripper. GPU is a work in progress. Now, there we go. That switch should be when we switch to the localizer. I hope. Come on, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Slow down it here. Slow it down here. There we go. Let's turn on the approach. So we switched. Now we have a green line. We have the localizer. We haven't caught it yet. It's only armed. Glide slope is not yet armed either. But, oh crap. Look at that. That is not looking good.
Whiskey Alpha Tower. If you wish for distance, continue straight ahead.
Come on. Capture the glide slope. It's a bit weird. Why it's asking me to turn right, turn left like that one. Glide slope, capture it please. As the diamond hits the center, capture it. Oh, it's not working. The heck with it. Okay, let's do this manually. Somehow the glide slope was not captured, but we have visual. We can do it now. TBM 1 Kilo Tango established on final ILS 15.
Stay on my frequency, please.
Didn't understand me. Flaps, landing gear. TBM 1 Kilo Tango established on final ILS 15. And they will tell us later if we are clear to land or not. 4000 series. What? 3000 series is what I'm looking forward to. Either that or the AMD equivalent. But next year I think it's going to be time to upgrade the GPU. There's the glide slope. We are capturing it bit by bit. There we go. That's a glide slope. Bang on the glide slope right there. Perfect. And I'm hand flying this thing. So with that, 120 knots. Let's go to flaps for landing. And enable our landing lights.
Okay.
So I can follow at least the flight director. That should land me right in the middle, basing it on the localizer and the glide slope. If I can follow it to a T, that is. Winds are not very nice to me right now though, but we do have a very nice headwind. 9 knots. Headwind should be good for landing.
Clear to land 1184 Alpha.
Or a bit high. There you go. Bit shaky. 4000 series. I wonder how they'll name it then. So should I focus on the PFD or should I focus on what's in front of me? Trying to do both. It's proving quite hard. I think this is new as well. This glide slope, this localizer where you have the green boxes.
TBM 1 Kilo Tango winds are 154 at 7 knots,
finally.
clear to land runway 15.
Clear to land runway 15, TBM 1 Kilo Tango. We are too fast here. Should be 85 knots approach speed.
Minimum.
500.
Looking good. Landing gear down. Flaps landing. Lights on. And we are too low now. It's fine. We can catch it. We can catch it. Too low. Dang it. There you go. Alright. Getting on the glide slope again. Sorry guys. Can't go and focus. Alright. I'll stop looking at the PFD because I think I have to focus on this one instead. We are too fast here. There you go. 85 knots is what we want. And here we just calmly, gradually slow down.
Airspeed.
Oh crap! That's a bit hard. Harder than how I wanted. But I'll take
TBM 1
it.
Kilo Tango exit runway when able.
Well, the plane is still in one piece, right? I'll take it. Exiting on the right. Hey, how do we read your name? Nay? Hey, Nay. Welcome to the stream. That landing was for you. Not much. That's all I can offer. Flaps up. 16 gig VRAM. Oh my goodness. Any news on the lower models yet? I probably cannot afford a 3080 Ti. But I'm hoping I can afford a 3080. Or I don't know. Let's see. DDR6, yes. I think even the super cards now with RTX are DDR6. Clear of active TBM 1 Kilo Tango.
1 Kilo Tango, welcome to Salzburg. There is no ground control at this airport. Let us know if you need taxi instructions.
Nah, no need. I'll just find my own way. Thank you. 3070 is 12 gig. Ooh, that sounds so good. Maybe that is the magic number right there. 3070. Your bowels fell out. Let's just go and park here on the side. Are you sure you want to upgrade now, Rohan? Because in, I don't know, 6 months' time, there might be a monster of a GPU coming. Well, you can always just sell it. Sell your old one. Oh, I didn't have my inertial separator? Oh, my bad. Okay. That is a no-no. Because that exposes us to foreign object damage or something like that. Yes, I do fly with the Zevo mod. It's been a while since I last flew it though, a couple of months, because I've been really enjoying this TBM 900. But yeah, that is my favorite airliner. How many CUDA cores? 9999999. Most likely not be out until end of next year. My goodness, yeah, that's most likely true. And in Singapore, probably even later than that. Who knows, maybe AMD has something up their sleeve. Zoom level 18. Hey, Sky. Sorry. I'm just going to tell you that, and I'm just going to stop here so I can catch up on chat.
04206, runway 11, clear to land, wind 140 degrees, 12.
Flight idle. Well, we survived. I'll take that. Everyone's stuff still looks better than yours. Maybe it's just the grass is greener on the other side syndrome. move it there, please.
Good day.
Low idle. There you go.
Air 3731. Hello, continue, sir.
Continue approach, owner 3731.
Looking good there.
Air 3731.
Awesome.
Runway
Awesome.
11, wind 130 degrees 12.
Everybody, welcome to Salzburg. We made it in one piece. I'm happy enough with that. Ta-da! Lovely. I think now it's time to do some replays. Nvidia is 7 nanometer too. Yeah, they are really trying to compete with AMD. They know what's coming. Yeah, I think Jack jumped out a while back. Yeah, I saw that recently in one of the articles about the 3080, the 3rd gen rumors. Let's have a look at the landing and look at the houses, right? Those were not visible last time, but this is just so filled with detail now. I would say this comes very close to competing with Flight Sim 2020. Of course, can't really be the same level in terms of the graphics, but close enough, I would say. Close enough. How about that 2D house? Anyone like that? 2D houses for the win. A large graffiti on the ground. No, but there are some real houses in here. Autogen hype. Looks so pro, right? We look so pro here. Not bad at all. And you even have the highway there. Why is that guy stopped in the middle of the highway though? Yeah, they say the 3000 series will be cheaper. That's a good thing about it. I'm super excited how they'll come up with. Here we are. My flare was too late. Yeah, see? The flare was like a second late. But we are in the center line. Where did we land? Did anyone see where we landed? I think we landed exactly where we should have. Yeah, exactly. So I take that. Firm landing, but well within the touchdown zone. So I take it. Alright, have a good night, Chi. Glad to have you here and hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better soon so you can maximize that amazing rig that's coming. Enjoy, man. We'll be waiting for some stories from you. Have a good night. Oh, sorry, missed that, Sky. I use actually default autogen. I think the only thing I changed was the HD trees from Mr. X6, but the autogen itself should be the default from X-Plane. The only thing I changed was here. I think this is the secret. Number of world objects should be maximum. Otherwise, you would get less details. Super pro looking. Love it. Let's go and rewind something somewhere more. Somewhere farther. Maybe somewhere where... maybe during takeoffs. That's just so we can look at that. Yeah, sure thing, Sky. More than welcome. Happy to help out a fellow flight simmer. And did the game hang? Oh, sorry, it's not a game, it's a sim. I think it hanged. No, it's just loading. Let's give it a chance. My mouse is still moving at least. That alert is something I should change. While the sim is loading, let me try if I can do that. I'll just center it on the screen, I think. Center to screen. There you go. That should be okay. Should be as easy as that. And everything else should be where they should be. Yeah, it's still loading. Okay. So I've tested what? Truck Sim. There should be a video coming out. I think on Friday, where we get into 1440p. That should be the announcement video that we are in 1440p from that point on. And during the stream on Friday, we will also be streaming in 1440p. Well, I will be recording in 1440p, I should say. We'll be streaming at 720. And Explain is working. Transport Fever, I haven't tested yet if it works with 1440. What is this? Why does that not load properly? Okay, let's do it like that. Let's enjoy some footage from the replay. Ooh, I think that's new. During the replay, you can actually see the guy right beside you. Our co-pilot and ourselves. Hands-free. Must be some very nice autopilot here. Shiny pants. Leather pants for the win. Is that Rohan or is that Jack? Before he jumped. Oh, there it is. Now it's starting to load. There we go. We're starting to get the runway just in time for our takeoff. Not Jack because there's no meat in his hand. That's true. There we go. There's the runway. And there's not. And there's the runway again. And there's not. And there's the runway again. There we go. Actually, I haven't done this enough. After each flight, I should do this more often. Like, just enjoying the replay. Because in the replay, you can really have a look and explore as much as you want outside. Not inside, because inside it would be... everything would be off, so it won't be accurate. But at least the external view would be perfect, and you can tweak your settings as much as you wanted. And this is where you could really do some sightseeing. Like, look at that view, guys. Let's take a photo of that. And yeah, this is why I like X camera, because you can use track IR to move the camera like that. It's so fluid motions. Very cinematic possibilities. I wish you could do that in ETS2, you know, when you're in external view and you want to move the cam. That would be so good. As a passenger, what we can do is look through here. Or we can also stay on the other side. One sec, let me reposition myself. Scooch over. No window. Sec. There it is.
takeoff with 199.
Kind of works, right? Kind of. There it is. Yeah, that's some perfect view right there. Perfect view of the airport from this angle. You're changing weight and balance. Oh yeah, that's true. The pilots are like, oh, there's some strong turbulence. This is just me scooching over from left to right. Internal turbulence, I would call it. That view would be amazing as well. Actually, perfect wing view from here. Man, that's something. That is definitely something. But I'm just amazed at how this entire scene looks like. Yeah, X-Plane has some amazing power right there. Combine it with all the plugins.
Tango, you have traffic at 12 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,900.
Quiet. Man, that's an amazing view. Let's go and do something like this one. Let's try to, actually from here, you can change the view, make it more like that. Oh yeah, look at that. And do some fine tuning using track IR. It's even better. End the replay here and start a new flight. Stream for another 1 hour. Sounds good. Ah, so good. You can even like mimic a GoPro placement. If we put that right here next to the wing, something like that. Yeah, GoPro angle for the win. Very creative guys would be able to come up with so many footages from here, but me, I'm happy enough with simple ones. Man, look at that. Oh, so good. I don't know. That just leaves me breathless this entire trip here. Absolutely love it. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. Let's see what else we can see. Let's move the replay maybe more to the right. You can fast forward actually. Oh, that's scary. Maybe not. Feels like mosquitoes are flying over. There are some brave souls who put it on the outside. I'm just not sure if it's restricted on specific planes. Maybe depending on the speed of the plane. If it's like a Cessna 172, they tend to keep it outside. But for jets, maybe not. But for this one, maybe for the TBM, it's still possible. Yeah, I was surprised myself when I saw it. Cameras on the outside, looking in. It's risking it. Oh my goodness, yeah. That's Eyecandy footage right there. Shoo. Alright, I'm happy. Let's go back. And probably it will lag again. Oh, there it is. And the airport is currently non-existent. Oh, there's a plane there. I'll have to wait for a bit for the objects to load in. Cool. Alright. Well, we're a bit early, but we'll leave it there for now, guys. Thank you for staying with me and for enjoying this stream with me. Exploratory 1440 monitor. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on Friday, but keep in touch on Discord in the meantime, and I'll do some more fiddling with this new monitor. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Rohan, Alex, Sky, and whoever else might be in the stream. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Yes, a bit early. Maybe we should have picked a longer flight, huh? Thanks, guys. Have a good one. And clumsy flying. Bye-bye. Thanks again, Alex. I really love it. ! Discord. Thanks and bye-bye.